Hey guys, and welcome back. In today's video, I want to share with you how much money I make in Canada and the story behind it. I'll break down my income sources, how long it took me to get there, and in case you're also wondering how you can reach a higher income level through self-employment, I'll also share some tips on that. So first of all, it does feel a bit weird sharing personal income details on the internet, but it seems to be something that many people are interested in. And since my channel is about personal finance, I think it's a good idea to share a bit about my own financial journey once in a while. And I just hope that by doing this, it can inspire some other people out there who are also looking for a way to earn more money. Right now, I'm earning about $20,000 Canadian dollars from YouTube. And that consists mainly of ad revenue, sponsorships, and affiliate revenue, and the occasional super thanks. So most people assume that YouTubers' main income source is ad revenue. And while for some YouTubers that is true, for others it's not. In my case, for example, ad revenue is actually the smallest income source, bringing in about $3,000 to $4,000 a month. You know those ads that appear when you watch a YouTube video? So companies pay YouTube to place their ads in the video. And every time someone watches it or even clicks on it, the YouTuber gets a share of the ad revenue. YouTube gets 45% and the YouTuber 55%. The amount that the YouTuber or I get paid also depends on what's called RPM or revenue per mil. For example, the RPM on my channel at the moment is $7.54 per 1,000 views. So contrary to what many people think, that number of subscribers is the main thing that determines income, it's actually the RPM, the views, and also the watch duration that really matters. So by watching my videos and watching them all the way to the end, you are really supporting my channel. So thank you. My next income source related to YouTube are sponsorships. This also represents a small portion of my income at about $2,000 to $3,000 per month, which usually comes from maximum 2 sponsors. Since about a year ago, I would receive daily emails from brands who wanted to collaborate, so pay me a sponsorship fee so that I would advertise their products or services, but I had to decline most of them. For one, it takes a lot of time to work on these collaborations, and the other reason is also that I'm very picky about sponsors and only want to work with those whose products and services are actually good. And as you might guess, sponsorship fees go almost in tandem with subscriber and view number. And don't quote me, but I can imagine YouTubers with 500,000 subscribers or 1 million getting paid 10, 20,000 or even more per sponsorship. Next up, we have affiliate revenue, which even I was surprised by, is now my largest income source at $14,000 to $15,000 per month. This largely comes from 4 to 5 affiliate partners who pay me an affiliate fee or a referral fee for every new user who signs up for their services through my YouTube channel. And here too, there are so many brands who want to place their product and services on my channel, but I'm very selective and only shout out those that I think are actually good. Like for example, Wealthsimple, who you probably noticed me mentioning quite a bit on this channel. So I've actually used this investment platform for about 4 years now, and the reason I first chose them was that there was such a low funding requirement of just $1, which makes it perfect for beginners, and that there are also no trading fees for buying ETFs and stocks. So this just now, for example, was a brief shout out. And then I placed my referral code in the descriptions down below. And when someone watching that or you click on that, with Wealthsimple, for example, you get a $25 bonus when you open and fund your account with $1. And at the same time, I'll also get a commission. So win-win. Now that brings me to a total of $19,000 to $22,000 each month. But guys, note that this amount is gross income. Gosh, it almost sounds like I'm saying it's gross income. It's definitely not. Anyway, it's gross income before expenses and taxes. Luckily, the overhead cost to make videos is relatively low compared to many other businesses because I basically need my space, my phone, which I use as a camera even until this day, microphone, laptop, and some other minor expenses. And as for taxes, well, income taxes are high in Canada, let's admit that. And let's hope that that changes soon with the new government. And as a business, there are ways to reduce your tax burden, for example, through various deductions, reinvestment into the company, and so on, something that I'm also still learning about. Anyways, I do realize that my income sources are quite concentrated at the moment, so I'm planning to diversify them a bit more by bringing on some digital products like budgeting templates and others that I make myself. I also have a few other income sources, but they're not directly related to this channel, but to my other channel, Multiple Careers. I also published a book last year, Multiple Careers, Quit the Rat Race, Pursue Fulfilling Work. So if you're curious to check that out, you can find it in the descriptions down down below. So next, you might be wondering how long it took me to get here. And it was kind of fun and insightful for myself to reconstruct that journey. I would love to tell you that this was an overnight success, that my channel just exploded within 6 months and I suddenly earned $20,000 per month. But that was far from what happened. So where to start? I don't want to bore you, so I'll give you the short story. I used to work in banking, a 9 to 9 management job. I hated my job, so I went on a long journey of self-discovery and pursued my more artistic interests like acting and filmmaking, which were really fun and rewarding, but didn't bring enough money to make a living. So finally, I found something that I love doing and that seemed to have a future. I began actively posting videos in 2021. Before that, I was just dabbling at best. And after being monetized, I earned just $1.86 in one day. But at that time, I was so thrilled that I was able to earn money from YouTube. And in my first year of being monetized, I only earned about $3,000 for the entire year. And since then, it's been an up and down and huge waves, but gradually I started earning more and more. And it was only in the last 6 months that my average ad revenue per month climbed to $21,123 Canadian within 6 months, or an average of $3,500 per month. So you see, it took me about 4 more years of actively posting videos almost every week to get to a $20K per month income. In the first year, no brands approached me. It was only since about the 2.5, third year that I got more and more sponsor deals, and the 4th year that I actually earned significant income from affiliate. And after those years of tinkering with my YouTube channel, I finally feel that I kind of learned the ropes, and only now at the beginning of my 5th year of being a part-time content creator do I feel that I'm starting to get a really good grip on how this content creation business works, and I'm seeing the results in the numbers. So in case anyone of you watching right now is in the process of pursuing an important goal in your career, whether that's in your job or a business that you've just started and you feel like you're not going anywhere, I want you to know that things will eventually happen if, of course, you are passionate about your goal, you're putting in the work, and you keep on experimenting with different ways until things click into place. And so here's what I've learned. Things, especially great things, take time to grow. You might have heard the analogy about the bamboo plant. When a bamboo seed is planted, at first there's nothing for years and years, and that's because it's still developing its roots in the ground. If you're impatient, you might mistakenly think that the plant is just no good and abandon it. But then when it finally starts growing, it can grow several inches per day, reaching over 100 feet. So what I've learned is don't give up too early. As long as you're sure that what you're pursuing is worth it, keep at it and the results will show in time. Now, to get to the concrete, in case you're not quite happy with your job or with what you're earning now, how can you earn money doing what you love, or at least you love more than your current job? You can certainly try getting a promotion, a salary increase, or a career change to work in a completely different industry. But let's say you just don't want to go that route anymore because you also want more independence and flexibility. And you also don't want to be limited by the salary that a company pays you, but want unlimited growth with no ceiling. In that case, try and explore self-employment. And I get it, starting something new is scary. What if it fails? Or you think it's just not for me, I don't think I'm good enough. It's normal to have these doubts in the beginning, and I'm not telling you to leave your job cold and just go and start a new business. Rather, start with an idea while still working in your 9 to 5 and earning a paycheck to cover the bills. And during that time, first try and validate your idea. It doesn't have to be YouTube. Nowadays, it's so easy to start a business based on any skill that you have that is in demand. Start making a minimum viable product or service and sell it. Whether that's web design services, translation services, dog walking, or selling home-baked cookies. It doesn't matter how many units you sell at first, but you gotta test it out and see if anyone is willing to buy it. If you see a positive result, then you can up your game, invest a bit more time and resources into it. Be patient, keep at it for a few years or until it generates at least a part-time income. And then you can slowly relax and retire your day job. That's the safer way, at least. Another really important thing to do if you want to start your own business is to create a financial buffer, a kind of emergency fund for your career. Usually, a business requires at least some kind of investment, let's say a few $1,000s. Apart from your business capital, you usually need some money, some savings to tide you over from your full-time job to running your own business, because your income might not be as stable in the beginning. So if you have, let's say, $10,000 to $20,000 extra saved up, it will will give you a peace of mind when you start your journey. Now, if you want to start saving money but haven't managed to do this, my next video on my payday routine for how to allocate each paycheck that comes in might help you. Let me know if this video was useful to you in the comments down below, and I'll see you in the next one.